let's travel to New Forest National Park. And there's going to be stuff there like horses and maybe some reptiles. I doubt, because reptiles are very hard to find. They're not easy to find. But hopefully we'll find something. Hopefully we'll find something else. And I do really want to see a frog. I don't care what type of frog it is. I just want to see a frog. Because I've only been seeing toads and no frogs. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to New Forest National Park. However, first, I want to go to Epping Forest to find some stag beetles. And I found this beautiful snail shell. There isn't a snail shell more colourful than this, I bet you. Then we went to the lake in Epping Forest, and usually there's more wildlife near a lake because, well, water equals life. And I did find life, and this was a migrant hawker, I believe. Right there, sitting right there, just there. That is a migrant hawker, and it was hovering above the water right here. Then I flipped over this dirty log in the water, and I found a leech. I don't know what species it is, I just find these everywhere. Fun fact, there's only one species of leech in the UK that sucks your blood, and it's kind of endangered. Then I found this lesser stag beetle, which wasn't unfortunately the proper stag beetle, but we're getting close. And I find these guys everywhere. Everywhere I go, I flip a log, I find them, and they're an average size for a beetle. And then out of nowhere, near the woods, I found a palmate newt, very far away from water, and I knew it was a palmate newt because it didn't have any spots on the chin, and it also had that classic eye stripe. Then I found a common toad underneath one log, I find these everywhere, and another palmate newt. Wow, there are so many palmate newts in this forest, and this toad had some weird orange stripes, I don't know why, it just did. I also found, two other common toads, and these were normal common toads, they weren't anything special, and somebody else found them, and I found one, and these ones are really jumpy for some reason, I don't know why. And then again, someone else found another common toad. I swear, this forest is just filled with these common toads. And then we left Epping Forest to go to New Forest. So I travelled by car all the way to Dorset. So here I am at New Forest National Park in Dorset. And I am going to a wood near the car park. This wood is pretty small. This is where the horses usually like to run around. And I started flipping over some logs, but I'm going to be honest, most of the logs here weren't that good. Most of the time I found a few wood lice, and you can see me walking around, and not much, I'm going to be honest. Apparently these aren't horses, these are called ponies, and they're basically smaller than horses, and they stink. Now I'm just going to give you some silence footage of them. I decided to walk around. Film. Somewhere in that tree. What kind of animal could create this hole? Okay, at first I thought this was horse poo. But then I realised it's the shell of some kind of beetle. What has eaten this kind of beetle? Then I walked on for a bit and found some field grasshoppers. Or meadow grasshoppers. Then I found some field grasshoppers. Oh, yoinks! There's a big beetle. I gotta admit, that's a big beetle. Oink. There is. Then this green grasshopper hopped onto someone's arm, and it was really beautiful. It had these orange legs and this green thing, and I even took a photo of it. And then the moment happened. I finally found a common frog. Now, I know common frogs are very common, as in their name. However, they are so good at hiding, and I've only ever seen one once, and this is the very second time I've seen one. And I finally know what it feels like. They're much more jumpier, and they love to run. And I was very pleased with it. So, eventually, I put it back underneath a log, and it was absolutely fine, and I absolutely loved him. Currently, when I was recording this video, I was in Hampshire New Forest. Yes, the New Forest goes on for a very long time. It goes through lots of counties. And these are Palmate newts. Very small, very cute, and they are very slow moving. Right there, that Palmate newt opened his mouth.
Maybe
he opened his mouth, did you see?
Oh, I never saw them open their mouths.
I have never seen any kind of newt open their mouth in my entire life. In fact, I've never seen any kind of amphibian open their mouth in my entire life. That was a first for me. Also, I'm so glad that I found that frog. Oh, that was really nice to see. That newt that I come back to probably was just yawning because I just woke it from its slumber. Anyways, I really enjoyed that, seeing everything and stuff. That was really cool, but it still doesn't beat the time where I saw the adder. Anyways, it was really cool, and bye-bye.